Today we're going to be tackling a very special Three Blind Mice build. Don't go away. Hello and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And yes, it is a very special Three Blind Mice build. Today, we're going to be doing a couple special things. First, we're going to get experimental. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, I promise you. But at the end of the day, I think we came out with something very, very special. Second, this build is very special to me because it's a car I'm going to send out to one of my viewers, Larry Kane. Larry Kane was the second place winner in my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and part of his prize package was a Fat Guy Productions build, this car. He's already gotten the rest of his package. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to box this up and send it right out. It's coming to you, Larry. Keep an eye out for it. I hope you love it. All right, with no more ado, let's go ahead and get right to this very special Three Blind Mice Ranchero. So this casting is the Hotwheels 1972 Ford Ranchero. The Ranchero is a pickup coupe utility that was produced by Ford between 57 and 79. Unlike a standard pickup truck, the Ranchero was adapted from a two-door station wagon platform, and it integrated the cab and cargo bed into one body. I've always had a thing for these types of cars, and this particular casting seemed to offer some fun options. I, of course, start by taking the car apart. After drilling off the mushroomed end of the post, I can get to the component parts and formulate a plan of attack. Today I want to try something completely new. I love the color of this casting, but of course in true Mattel fashion they've ruined this car with ugly, ugly tampos. So what if I could get rid of the tampos and keep the beautiful green metallic paint? Well, that's what I'm going to try for here today. I break out some Q-tips and fingernail polish remover. I know it'll attack the tampos. I'm just not sure how well the underlying paint will hold up. But in my mind, there's only really one way to find out. I start by rubbing the tampos with a fingernail polish remover dampened Q-tip. And after some time, the tampo in fact does start to come off. Sadly, this is taking a long time, and I'm already wondering if this is going to be worth the effort. But it's an experiment, so I go ahead and forge ahead. All the while, I am thinking that maybe a Three Blind Mice build isn't the best place in the world to get experimental. But hey, what the hell? As I move along the driver's side, I notice that with a bit of added pressure, the tampo seems to come off a bit quicker. So I started bearing down a bit more, and it really does start to go well. By the time I get to the hood, things are rolling right along, and so far the paint underneath it seems to be just fine. Emboldened by my success, on the passenger side, I really start to bear down. Huge mistake. Apparently the friction or the nail polish remover or some combination therein causes a black smudge on the passenger door and fender. I tried to sand it off with a very fine grit sanding sponge to no avail. it seems obvious I have somehow damaged the underlying paint. I am so pissed at myself. I was so close to getting this done. Well, there's nothing left for it but to take the car through a spin through the warm liquid goo phase. While the car is in the goo, I will take the time to develop a new strategy. I am happy that it is obvious I can remove tampos now, but I'm mad that I have to start over again. I'm so stupid. I decided to try something else new on this build, and that too would later bite me in the ass. I've decided I'm going to do a detailed flame job by underlying a decal beneath not just the clear, but beneath the paint as well. I have to say my fingers are crossed here. I start by making a design and doing a test print that I then lay on the car to see how it looks. The body is out of the stripper and is covered in Tamiya fine primer, so I cut the test and kind of wrap it on the body to see what it looks like, and I'm digging it. I like the look of it, so I print out the decals in two tones, blue and green, skipping the white background. My idea is that since I'm going to be putting a metallic base coat on the car, I'm hoping it will show through the decal a bit and give it sort of a metallic feel. With the decal ready, I take the car back over, as you can see here, to the paint booth, and I'm laying down a base coat of Createx Quicksilver. This is going to give me the sparkle I want and help everything pop. With the layer of Quicksilver nice and dry, I can head back to the other side of the room and go ahead and get the decal onto the front of the car. After laying the decal down on the car over the Quicksilver, I am immediately thrilled. By not putting the white underlay underneath the decal, it really makes that decal light up. It actually looked so good with the decal on the silver, I briefly considered stopping right there, clear coating it, and moving forward. But I decided that I really wanted to see how this was going to look underneath a color, so I decided to forge ahead. If you want to try something like this, you're going to need to make sure that you give the car plenty of drying time, and also that you have a very good setting solution. The front of this car has a lot of body lines and such, and you're going to need something to help the decal form to all of those details. Now here is where things are going to get really exciting. With the decal dry, I'm back at the paint booth, and I'm going to lay on a layer of Createx Candy 2.0 Poison Green. This is also going to be the inaugural paint job for my new Harder Steenbeck airbrush, so I'm pretty excited all the way around here. Here is, however, where I'm going to royally screw the pooch, and I'm going to be forced to strip the car down and start all over again. The Poison Green is super thin and needs to be applied very slowly and in very thin coats, or you will quickly get unsightly pools of paint. Damn. Between the new paint and the new airbrush, I put it on too heavy and ended up killing the paint job. But not before seeing that my plan was going to work out great. So, sad and happy, I head back to the stripper. For the sake of time, I'm not going to show you me redoing everything you just saw, but suffice it to say, that's exactly what I had to do. Anyhow, after getting back to the paint job part of this car and laying it down successfully, I'm able to move to a layer of clear coat from Bright Vision. The car is looking super, super sweet. Now, happy, I can go ahead and focus my attention on the base and some new wheels. I knew I wanted super fat wheels in the back, so I needed to modify the base, and later I actually found I had to modify the interior a little bit as well. As it stands, I used every bit of room there was in the back, but in the end, I really think it came out looking amazing. I'm not sure why I waited till so long in the build before I dipped the glass in gauzy. It would have better served me to do it early, but I didn't. Anyhow, now is as good a time as any, so I'm going to go ahead and dip the glass into the gauzy, wick it off, and set it aside to dry in my beloved onion saver. With the modifications I had to do to the base, I really enjoyed having a plastic base this time, but I do hate the total chrome job on it, so I'm going to bust out some Tamiya flat black paint and paint the entire base except for the bumpers, and then I can go ahead and set that aside to dry. It's been a long, hard road for this build, but we are finally nearing the end, and actually I'm feeling really good about things. Everything is dry, and it's time I put the car back together. I pop the pieces back in, I screw it up with a couple of button-headed screws, and now all I need to do is a little bit of detail paint on the lights, and we can finally call this one done. So, with no more ado, let's take a look and see where we finally ended up. All right, there you have it, my 72 Ford Ranchero build, or should I say Larry Kane's 72 Ford Ranchero build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and Larry, I hope you love the car. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. Click the little bell and you'll be notified anytime I release a new video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I really do read everything you guys post, and I sure do love hearing from you guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this 3 blind mice build. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous, amazing, happy, fun, successful, even though maybe experimental kind of day. This is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.